My name is Paul Armstrong. I'm the Director of Programming here at Bellforge Arts Centre. I started working in the music industry in the UK via radio stations and television stations. I bopped around the whole country. I was born in Nottingham in England originally, and I moved all over with work to Manchester, to Leeds, to Newcastle before making the move to London. This is many years ago now, so you're testing me on my years, but basically I started a company called Redefined. We are a music and technology company in 2008, and through clients and through work we made the move to America in 2013, 2012 time. We started working with the Boston Globe and developing concepts here in America, specifically Boston. We invest in artists and music venues and music ventures, and in 2021, I think it was 2021, yeah, 2021, G Mineo reached out to see if we wanted to program the old state hospital. So it was a very interesting project, right from the beginning. And when we saw the space, it became apparent that it was a great fit for what we wanted to do within the music industry and the music community here in Massachusetts. But that's my background. So Bellforge's vision is to create a space that is a creative hub for not only artists but also attendees to experience art at all levels. Our mission is to provide something for everyone. That's what we've been using this year, and our programming certainly reflects that. I think when Bellforge is open, there are no other centres like this in New England to have elements and rooms and spaces for an artist to do everything from day one of their career through to headlining. So practice spaces, recording studios, a venue inside, a lawn space at the back, a lawn space at the front. That's a centre that kind of allows you as an artist to grow with the centre. Other places have spaces indoors and outdoors, but they're separated, they're not together. So Bellforge having it under one umbrella is going to be awesome. So I got involved with Bellforge in early 2021 when Johnny Dalton, our head of production here at Bellforge and sound engineer, put me in touch with G Mineo, the executive director. My responsibilities are starts with the creative and the vision for the events and the branding. We also oversee the marketing and communications for Bellforge. So from a programming point of view, it's effectively the artists you see on stage. So it's kind of reaching out, it's curating the show, it's talent buying, it's talent searching, through to the marketing. So the marketing, the promotion of the events, the ticketing, the sponsorships. We wear a few different hats here at Bellforge, but effectively in a simple way, what you hear coming out the speakers at Bellforge is it sort of starts up here. So I come from the for-profit world, so I'm definitely learning, if I'm being honest with you. So far, the team at Bellforge have been phenomenal to work with, very open to ideas and concepts. Strictly from a programming point of view, it's an easy sell to artists. When you explain that we're 35, 40 minutes from Boston, Worcester or Providence, that's cool, that's exciting to them. When they see the space, jaws kind of hit the floor a little bit. We've given tours to every single artist, and we've told them what we're aiming for, what our goals are. They're very receptive to it and very open to it. So in terms of issues, I know that we obviously are raising money for the project, which our development team are working hard on around the clock. But from a programming point of view, as I say, this space is special. There isn't really an average setup, if I'm being honest with you. So we do events of all sizes. Back to the, being a space for all level. Back to being the space. There isn't really an average event at Bellforge, simply because we are working with artists of all levels. So our smaller events, if you want to call them that, in 2023 we programmed the back of the chapel, which is the smaller lawn. We moved our summer sounds there, which were our weeknight events. We had a couple of hundred people for each event, which was fantastic. Families of all ages swung by. So the event, so a summer sounds event is obviously a smaller setup because of the audience size being smaller, but we treat every show like it's a Madison Square Garden show, like it's a TD Garden show. We have state-of-the-art sound, engineers, we promote it, we market them in the same manner. It just comes down to the attendees in attendance, obviously, or the guests in attendance, sorry. So, an example would have been our Cousin Stiz Festival, which was a 2-day festival called the Commonwealth Festival. We did the first one in 2023. We had over 4,000 people here over 2 days, and that was a baby Boston calling. We have to think about security, bathrooms, bars, food trucks on a bigger scale. So, we go into each event treating it like it's a big show, and we treat every show the same, but obviously the logistics for the bigger shows are, kind of more time consuming than the smaller ones. I think the artists bought into Bellforge immediately. We obviously, when you reach out to an artist about a new space, there is a little bit more explanation needed and description of what is this blank space in Medfield. But when the artists heard about the space, heard about the production values and the marketing plan, there was really no issue getting them to buy in. In terms of guests, I think Medfield residents and the surrounding towns probably already knew about the space just by walking here and being a historic site. Out of town, or sort of out of the Medfield radius, was naturally going to be a bit more of a sell, and we had to work hard on sort of promoting the space, letting people know how to get here. I remember when we first started working with Bellforge, we weren't on Google Maps, which sounds ridiculous, but that was a big thing because people use Google Maps a lot. I think the benefit of free events is pretty obvious, but it's the barrier to entry from a financial point of view. We want people to enjoy Bellforge without the financial burden that shows sometimes come. The benefit to that is getting more people, younger families, older people, of all ages. I think the negative of free shows, and this is a little bit sort of from a marketing point of view, is that there's no transactional value to that sort of RSVP or that yes on Facebook. So sometimes we would have people RSVP and they wouldn't show up because it's nothing to them, so to speak, from a financial point of view. But it's certainly worth it from my point of view because, as I said, in season 1 we've had over 10,000 people come to Bellforge and 95% of the shows were free. So we think people were excited about the programming, and then when they see that it is free, it's obviously a bonus. My hope for the future with Bellforge is to create a space. There's two levels of this answer. From an attendee point of view, they get to witness and see artists on the rise, which I think for me is always exciting. I would love nothing more than for people to be able to say, I saw X for the first time at Bellforge. That's very exciting to me, and what we've always tried to do with our work. I think from an artist point of view, my hope with Bellforge is we create a hub that allows them to pick up a guitar for the first time or any instrumentation for the first time and practice in the practice rooms here. And they practice over and over again until the point where they're ready to record that album or that song, and they do that at the Bellforge studios. They then book a tour and they go tour New England and America and the world, but they then do an album release party back here in this chapel. So they would record, they would practice over and over again. They would record that song at the studios here at Bellforge. They would then do their release party at the chapel inside the Bellforge. And then after, hopefully they've had success around the world and around America, they come back here and sort of sell out a headline festival here with the Bellforge grounds. So the journey of creativity that Bellforge is offering is not only exciting, but I can't wait for the first artists and many artists after that to achieve that.